It's 3:30, so we're ready for Supreme Row at their 76th annual Watertown Winter Farm Show. Supreme Row at the Watertown Winter Farm Show 2021. With the COVID-19, everything going off, the different things that have happened, we sure want to thank everybody for coming. We're starting off with our Angus. Our Angus is consigned by Reese Family Angus of Hancock, Minnesota. Next, there's our Hereford. Our Hereford was consigned by Walsh Family Herefords of DeGraft, Minnesota. Third bull in the ring is our Charlet, consigned by Keppen Charlets of Volga. Fourth bull in the ring. Excuse me, heifers.
So you just
Excuse me, heifers.
You announced the Charlet as a bull too.
Fourth heifer is from Gilbertson Cattle of Watertown, the main Anjou. The fifth is the Shorthorn Purebred from Vanderwall Cattle of Volga. Sixth one in is Shorthorn Plus from Craig Shorthorns of Lowry, Minnesota. Got to start over. Our heifer on the far end was, our top selling heifer was lot 2, consigned by Reese Family Angus of Hancock, Minnesota. The next, the black heifer.
No, the Angus is the second heifer. I brought the.
That's the main up to clear at the end.
No, the far side is your foundation Simmental because there's not much room here, so she decided to go up front. Yep.
Pretty difficult,
I know,
Kelsey.
I'm sorry. Keeping you guys on your toes.
Once again, starting over. Our champion foundation percentage Simmental is NTM Cattle Company of Brookings, is the one on the far end. The next one is from Reese Family Angus of Hancock, Minnesota. Will be followed by the Hereford from Springwater Herefords of Garrison, South Dakota. Then the Charlet heifer is consigned by McQuaid Bear of Esteline. Next we have the main Anjou heifer by Par 5 Cattle Company of Lake City. Purebred Shorthorn heifer, consigned by Craig Shorthorns of Lowry, Minnesota. Followed by Clay Shorthorn Plus, Clay Osterday of Java. The heifer directly in front of me is the purebred purebred Simmental, consigned by Tosteson Cattle of Highmore.
They don't list everything. They just wrote a price on some of these.
The one reason maybe this farm show was run so smooth today is the people that's in charge of it. We have Tim Sheehan, our Chamber of Commerce president. Our program coordinator, Kelsey Bagalko, sitting right alongside of me. Keith Mack has been the chairman of the farm show this year. And next year he's passing his, I don't know whether I should say gavel or whip or whatever, over to Travis Nelson. Travis, raise your hand. You're going to be in charge next year. So if you want anything changed at the farm show next year, the gentleman that just raised his hand, talk to him. We'll put the target on his back. Our judges today are Paul Grace. Paul lives in Salem, South Dakota with his family Lindsay and 3 kids, Hayden, Sawyer, and Lincoln. He is the herdsman at Iacre Simmental and runs a small show cattle-oriented herd of cows and has recently started to raise show goats. Paul has exhibited champions in Denver, Louisville, Kansas City, and numerous state fairs. His operation has sold cattle that have won or placed in the top 5 at 7 different state fairs. Paul is the one without a hat. Adam Iacre is the one with the hat. Adam also was from Salem, South Dakota. Adam grew up showing Simmental cattle across the upper Midwest with his family and friends, but mostly under the guidance of our lead judge, Paul Grace. Adam graduated from South Dakota State University in 2019, where he judged on the SDSU livestock judging team. He has recently moved back to Salem, where he is raising Simmental, Sim Angus, and Red Angus cattle in his family's operation at Iacre Simmentals. And if you're interested in a Simmental, Sim Angus, or Red Angus bull, their production sale will be held March 5th. In addition to the Supreme Row money that is put up, we've got a great group in our Supreme Row champion sponsors. It's the Farmers Implement and Irrigation, First Bank and Trust, your Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, which include Kotick and Clark Electric, HD Electric, Whetstone Valley Electric, and Lake Region Electric, Bobcat of Watertown, Meyer Insurance, Plains Commerce Bank, Relia Bank, Dakota Bank, Farm Credit Services of America, Midwest Veterinary Service, Titan Machinery, Eastside Equipment, First Premier Bank, and Great Western Bank. In addition to the $1,000 that will be awarded to the Supreme Row champion heifer, to the consigner, and also $1,000 to the buyer, is a $400 certificate to the champion female and bull from 605 Sires and Donors, Corey and Melissa Schwag at Marion, South Dakota. That will be given to the consigners. That can go for semen work or embryo ET work from 601 Sires and Donors. So thank you, Corey and Melissa Schwag.
Right here, we're still Simmental percentages down far in front of the 5 options.
If there's anybody sitting on the benches or anybody viewing at home on the computer through Live Auctions TV, if you want to be a Supreme Row sponsor, you contact Travis Nelson. He'll be in charge next year. He'll sure get you in as a Supreme Row sponsor.
All right. First, Adam and I'd like to thank everyone on the committee for having us come up and evaluate your Supreme Row animals here. You know, we've got it kind of tore down to, I don't know, a top 3 or 4, I guess. And these 3 or 4 stand out pretty quickly, I guess, in my eyes, and Adam kind of agrees with me. Our biggest thing we really look for is feet and legs. I'm really tough on hooves and longevity, and then they've got to have a nice look to them. Got to have plenty of body, plenty of stoutness, and I guess there's not much more I can say there. But, you know, we've got it knocked down to about 3 or 4, like I say. We're going to go look at them just a little bit more. But this is a pretty good group of heifers here, and it's not real super easy, but we're looking for the power with the big feet and a good look, I guess. So we'll go out and pick you a Supreme Champion.
Once again, our judges are Paul Grace and Adam Iacker. So I can see. I don't know how long before they're going to pick this. That's her. This one. And I go around this way. So the champion goes to NTM Cattle Company of Brookings. Isn't that correct? That's NTM up there, right? It was bought by Paul Toll for $4,000. The reserve champion is the Angus heifer consigned by Reese Family Angus of Hancock, Minnesota, and it was bought by Brian Azimlica of Watertown for $6,000. Congratulations. So once again, your Simmental Plus is your Supreme Row Champion female. It's consigned by NTM Cattle Company of Brookings, Nick Tesh. It was bought by Paul Toll for $4,000. And your Reserve Champion Supreme Row is the Angus heifer, consigned by Reese Family Angus of Hancock, Minnesota. And that sold to Brian Azimlica of Watertown for $6,000. The breed champion in every breed, the bull and female, also receives a Watertown Winter Farm Show jacket. Also, there is one jacket given away at a random drawing to the consigners. So it'll be just a minute, and we'll bring in the bulls. We'll bring in the bulls in the order they showed. The first bull is consigned by Reese Family Angus of Hancock, Minnesota. It was purchased by Riley Buck. The second bull is the Hereford bull. It was shown by Walsh Family Herefords of DeGraft, Minnesota, and was bought by Casey Rude. Next, we have the Charlet bull. It was Lot 6. It was exhibited by Kep and Charlets of Volga and bought by Sandmeyer Charlets of Bowdle. Next, the Maine Anjou bull was consigned by Gilbertson Cattle of Watertown and bought by Barry Ryman. Followed by the purebred Shorthorn, consigned by Vanderwall Cattle of Volga and bought by Vanderwall Livestock. Next, the Shorthorn Plus was consigned by Craig Sementals of Lowry, Minnesota, and purchased by Jarrett Haven. The bull directly in front of me was consigned by Duxbury Cattle Company of Wessington, South Dakota. I think there should be one or two more. The final bull is a Semflex bull, also consigned by Duxbury Cattle Company of Wessington. We've got 4 two-year-old bulls in the class. The rest are calves or yearlings. want to recognize who the 76th Annual Watertown Winter Farm Show was dedicated to this year is Eileen Kramer and Larry Dahl. If you're here, you can stand. Eileen Kramer and Larry Dahl. There's Larry on the end. And our sponsors of the day today, Dakota Bank, Farm Credit Services of America, Midwest Veterinary Service, and Titan Machinery. The rest of the Supreme Rural sponsors are Farmers Implement and Irrigation, First Bank and Trust, your Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, Bobcat of Watertown, Meyer Insurance, Plain Commerce Bank, Relia Bank, Eastside Equipment, First Premier Bank, and Great Western Bank. I don't know if I mentioned Midwest Veterinary Services. I think I did, but it's Chris over here. No. Want to thank the gals up in the corner on liveauctions.tv. They've been here all week. Margot and Mariah, old M&M up there. One's plain and one's peanut.
As the judges contemplate their decision, on behalf of the Ag Committee, I just want to thank everyone, the exhibitors, those consigners, everyone that's worked so hard to make this show a success for this year. It's not the show that we wanted to put on, but we did the best we could, and you were a big part of it. You came out on probably one of the worst winter weeks that we've experienced over a number of years, and you put your heart and soul into it. You brought us the best you had, and we sure appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you next year so we can do the 77th Annual Watertown Winter Farm Show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Keith. Yeah, I think even with the COVID-19 this year and conditions the way they are, I think we did set a record for the highest priced bull ever sold here was $15,250 this year. I guess I've worked all the shows except one of them here at the farm show this year. And the quality of cattle, as I've said before, in northeastern South Dakota, it's as good right here in Watertown as it is any place in the world. We might not have the most in numbers, but really rank high in quality. Once again, the consigners of the Supreme Row Champion Bull and Heifer. The bulls will get $1,500 both ways. Reserve Champion gets $250 both ways. The Heifers received $1,000 both ways with $250 reserve. Then they also receive a $400 certificate to the Champion Bull and Female from 605 sires and donors.
Well, thanks everybody for coming today and braving the weather and the elements to show up here at a cattle show in Watertown. It's been a good honor to come up here and line up your guys' Supreme Row today. I think it's been really fun for both Paul and I getting to look at some good cattle. And, out in the ring here, not only do we have good cattle, but I think you guys got to remember the ones that were left back in the barn, unfortunately, throughout the week. And that's a testament as to good cattle all around that we got here in the Midwest. I guess kind of what Paul and I have been looking for today, naturally from a breeder's standpoint, you like to start from the ground up, and as a rule of thumb, that's kind of usually where you always should hang your hat. I think it gets really fun today for us when we get out here in this bull drive as far as finding livestock that are not only stout in their makeup all the way from their framework up into their shape and dimension, but when they throw a really cool package into things and give you a really high quality presentation on the profile, that's where good cattle start to shine. And in our mind, I think what we're doing here today is just finding out what breed brings forth the most quality within their breed. That's kind of one thing you got to keep in your mind, and I think that's kind of what Paul and I have kind of agreed on when we get into our bull drive here. I think all the cattle out here are extremely highly presented and very high quality, so let's go ahead and give our exhibitors a big round of applause, you guys. I think with that, the rest is up to Paul. I'll just follow him around, so everybody just give him the old stare down.
It kind of sounds to me like, Paul, the pressure's on you. Once again, into addition to the $1,500 plus the $400 certificate the consigners will get, they also get the breed champions get a coat, and then one random drawing for each breed also receive a jacket from the Watertown Winter Farm Show. So your Supreme Champion bull is brought to you by Kep and Charlet Ranch of Volga, and it was bought by Sandmeyer Charlets of Bowdle for $15,250. Congratulations, sir. We will now pick our reserve. Your reserve champion is lot number 2, consigned by Duxbury Cattle Company of Westerton, South Dakota. It sold for $6,000 to Johnson Landon Cattle. So your champion, grand champion Supreme Row female was a Sim Plus, reserve champion the Angus. Your bull, grand champion Supreme Row, was the Charlet, followed by the purebred Simmental. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, we got a sheep and goat sale, followed by the Northeast South Dakota Calf Show.